New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
Welcome to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Your hosts are two girls who believe that life is awesome, that laughter heals, and that it's possible to find deep spiritual insights in everyday experience.
Here come the girls.
It's more than practical.
Here come the girls.
Way more than merely factual. If you want to know the secrets of a life that's free, listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically.
Hello, welcome. You need to talk, Natasha.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Girls Behaving Metaphysically, where my dear friend on the other side of the world is having technical difficulties with her smoke alarm. But we're here anyways. I'm here from Brisbane, Dr. Natasha Wilson, and our beautiful Robyn Rice Olmsted is trying to figure out how to get her smoke alarm. She's so hot. The alarms are going off. Yes, sister, cool it down. Okay. Anyways, you guys know I'm here in Brisbane, Australia. Robyn, I actually don't know where you are today, so maybe you can let us know when you can. But like us. What's the other thing you need to do on Facebook? Well, Facebook, you can like, you can share. YouTube, like, share. I know all that stuff is really good for the algorithm. And because we're girls behaving metaphysically, we see spirit in everything. So honestly, I really think that Robyn's smoke alarm issue is because she's so hot. So when all is ready, we're going to start with our regular thing, which is we're going to pull a card and then we're going to sort of see what comes up for us. And then later, we're going to be talking about patience versus passiveness. And when you're having technical issues like a smoke alarm, patience is probably a really good practice.
Yeah. And I'm thinking that maybe we should go to a break.
We can do that too.
Well, and hopefully my husband will be home and get off on the ladder. They're going off all over the house, so it's not a one ladder job.
Oh, I'm gonna have to mute this. It's making my dog go crazy.
And both of mine. So why don't we do that? Why don't we take a few minutes extra to hear about what's going on here at New Thought Media, and we'll meet you right back here.
Okay.
Please help us
Sounds
say
good.
thank you to all. Please help us say thank you to all of our organizational sponsors, including the Hefferland Foundation, Affiliated New Thought Network, International New Thought Alliance, Science of Mind Archives and Library Foundation, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Center for Spiritual Living Midtown, New Thought Philadelphia, Center for Spiritual Living United Life, Sunshine Cathedral, Planned Happiness Institute, Summit Center for Spiritual Living, One Heart Retreats, Universal Joy Center, Unity Kitchener, Unity Spiritual Center Ottawa, Om Center for Spiritual Living, Satya Center, Begin Within Ministries, Center for Spiritual Living North Jersey, Unity of Savannah, and the Center for Spiritual Living Seattle, as well as all of our individual donors. On behalf of New Thought Media Network, thank you, and please like, share, and subscribe. New Thought Media Network. Come be you. Come expand your spiritual journey. Join us for Just the Talk. Sundays, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Experience Unity Kitchener and Ottawa. Center for Spiritual Living Midtown. Center for Spiritual Living Denver. Unity of Garden Park. New Thought Philadelphia. The Sunshine Cathedral. Unity of Savannah. And the Ohm Center for Spiritual Living. Come unleash your spiritual potential with New Thought Media Network. New Thought Media Network proudly presents a Science of Mind Saturday Conversations. Learn more about the Science of Mind philosophy, faith, and way of life. Join our team of experts for a weekly deep dive discussion. Come study the science of mind, chapter by chapter, and resources from the Science of Mind archives. Plan to join us every Saturday, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Only on the New Thought Media Network.
Welcome to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Your hosts are two girls who believe that life is awesome, that laughter heals, and that it's possible to find deep spiritual insights in everyday experience.
Here come the girls. It's more than practical. Here come the girls. Way more than merely factual. If you want to know the secrets of a life that's free, listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically.
And we're back. Yes. Is it a coincidence that our topic today is patience?
Never a coincidence. We know this.
Interesting.
Never, ever. Never a coincidence.
Well, I have turned on every fan that I possibly own and opened the doors, and it's 40-something degrees outside. And it finally stopped, like, right at the end of our song. So,
oh, goodness.
There you go. Here we are. Thank you for your patience. And today's topic is patience. So yeah. And how was your week?
Yeah, my week was, it was full, like the life of a single parent, psychotherapist in private practice, given all that's happening in the world, and given that I still see, because I still maintain my license in the US, I don't think I had one client this week that did not talk about the way that they are their city right now, or, is being impacted by like ICE and Border Patrol. That was a lot to carry this week. And so I'm planning, today's my last day of seeing clients for the week. And I'm planning after that to really do some rituals to release a lot of this energy, to release it into transmute it into something useful for our world and our planet. But yeah, it's been a really full week. Plus my daughter started school this week, both my girls. And that's going great. Like my daughter, Macy, as you know, she, was not going to school full time last year because, we just had our family was in a lot of transition and flux. And I think it was coming out in her behavior at school. But she stayed in class all day, every day this week, with the exception of yesterday. And I think that was like on me because I changed the routine up a little bit, the morning routine, because the weather was so nice that I was like, we're going to walk to school. And so I think Macy got tired and was like, screw math, I'm taking a nap, so I said, we're going to just stick to mornings. Mommy will drive you to school in the mornings, even when the weather's nice.
So when you say the weather's nice, what does that mean? What temperature is it now? Because we were hearing horror stories about 120.
Yeah, that was at the beginning of the week. I'm so glad my girls started school on Tuesday because Monday was a holiday here. And so they started school on Tuesday, but Monday it was like 104 degrees and like just in my area, but like other parts of Australia. I mean, it was so hot that when you turn on the cold water, it was like scalding hot for like 2 or 3 minutes before it would turn cold. But it was really like one day that was intense like that. So I was glad we battened down, I put all the window treatment up, pulled my houseplants away from the window. Yeah, and I didn't go out. And so I was just so happy to be able to go out because the weather was nice. And so when I say the weather is nice, I'm saying like this morning, yesterday morning, not too humid, high 70s, low 80s. It will get hotter, like, in the middle of the day. But yeah, the mornings have been really nice like after that heat wave passed. So, but of course the news is always going to like highlight like the worst of the worst, right? I just think that's what it does because for some reason,
because
like
it sells.
Yeah, because for us to be informed means like terrified is what I've learned. So
yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad that it's livable, it's bearable, and y'all are surviving down there.
Yeah, it's nice. The weather here today is gorgeous. Like, even though I didn't walk my daughters to school, I have a nice 1-hour break in between client sessions today, and I'm going to go out for a walk. So, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, I am here in New Mexico, and it is 46-ish. And but that's fine. It's not like it is where our producer is.
I know, he told me.
Yeah, it's there. We did have one snow, which is so interesting to me. I mean, being from California, I like weather a lot. I like seasons. I like all of that, but I don't understand it. We had a snow, but we haven't had any rain at all, like during this season. Like,
is that unusual?
Well, yeah, there should be some rain in winter.
But aren't you in the desert?
Yeah, but it rains in the desert.
So in the desert, it rains in winter?
Yes.
Okay. Look, I lived in Albuquerque, but I didn't live there for very long. But...
Yeah, no, I'm thinking about my answer. I was just thinking, yeah, I don't know. Whatever. We all know the weather's funky everywhere. Everything's different than it's ever been.
Yeah, climate change is real. The intensity is right. It's like our weather events are going to be intense. Like we know this is happening. It's in the cards. Like the scientists, the people who actually study this stuff, they've sort of told us. So, yeah.
They did. So, speaking of the cards, I think we should go to the cards.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. This is our card segment where we pull a card to see what it's going to inform us of. So would you like, I have Artist Way cards, Sacred Traveler cards, and Medicine cards.
Medicine.
Okay. I like Medicine cards. I like them all, but generally at the beginning of the year, we used to pull a medicine card with a friend of ours and pick our totem animal for the year. What animal was guiding us.
Did you do it for this year?
I did not. Okay. So we're shuffling.
Okay.
I think we did it last year, though. We did it last year, you and I, on the show, and I just remember mine was a turkey.
Oh, I don't remember what mine was. I really
I
don't.
don't either.
I don't know. I know recent. I can't remember. Was it last year? Was the year of the dragon, like Chinese? But I feel like maybe not last year. Probably year before last. And I'm a dragon in the Chinese zodiac. But it wasn't like my year was like. I was like, I thought the dragon was lucky. I was like, what the.
Okay. I don't know. You were kind of on fire in a lot of ways. But who knows? This year's the year of the fire horse.
The fire horse, right?
They love the horse.
Yeah. And not just a horse, it's the fire horse. Like
I know.
Yeah.
I'm going to say horse anyway when I want to because I want to and people feel they need to correct me all the time.
I have horse earrings. I might wear them. And horse socks that I really like.
Well, I wore my horse hat last week. But anyway, okay. I'm shuffling a lot. You tell me when.
I thought I said stop. I did. I said stop.
Oh, you
but
did?
I think we just kept talking. Yeah, I said stop. And then I think we just kept talking.
Okay. Well, I pulled turtle.
Okay.
Here it is. Turtle. I do like turtles, so let me tell you about turtles. Oh. Sorry, not as quick as I sometimes am. Turtle.
Take your time.
So, turtle always reminds me of Hawaii, but turtle is about Mother Earth.
Yeah, I remember there was a time in my life, maybe in my early 30s, I was having dreams about turtles like all the time. Yeah. And it's that they still stick with me because they were so vivid. Like, yeah, anyways, I'm listening.
Okay. In Native American teachings, turtle is the oldest symbol for planet Earth. It's the personification of goddess energy and the eternal mother from which our lives evolve. We are born of the womb of Earth, and to her soil our bodies will return. In honoring the Earth, we are asked by Turtle to be mindful of the cycle of give and take, to give back to Mother as she has given to us. Turtle has a shell which is similar to the protection that Earth has employed for centuries as her body has been defiled. Mother Earth's protection has come in the form of Earth changes, new planet growth, the creation of new land masses by volcanoes, and climate alterations. Those cards listening in to our conversation. Like Turtle, you also have shields that protect you from hurt, envy, jealousy, and the unconsciousness of others. Turtle teaches you, though its habit permits. Through its habit.
What does it teach you?
Turtle teaches you through its habit patterns. How to use protection. If you are bothered by the actions or words of others, it is time to go inside yourself and honor your feelings. If you are attacked, it's time to give a warning snap. If you've chosen Turtle, you're being asked to honor the creative source within you, to be grounded to the earth, and to observe your situation with motherly compassion. Use the water and earth energies, which represents Turtle, two homes, to flow harmoniously with your situation and to place your feet firmly on the ground in a power stance.
I like that. More.
Yeah. So it is. How does that resonate for you?
Oh, it's resonating so deeply for me for so many reasons right now. Next week, I am going to go I'm going to start again. I have not danced, and I'm a dancer, right? Like I was training to teach dance, and mostly kizomba, and my forever love over all dance styles is tango. And so I'm going to take like an advanced tango class started next week, and it's been about 2 years. And so I feel really excited about going back to engaging this dance that I absolutely love. But I've been so anxious about the social aspect of the dance. And I don't know, something about hearing this message and hearing about turtle medicine and remembering when I was dreaming turtles all the time. And then also, when I said earlier that I plan after work today to do a ritual to transmute all this energy and like send it into the earth, right? And I think the beautiful thing about transmuting energy before sending it into the earth is that what I'm sending into planet Earth is energy that has been transformed into something based in love and compassion and slowness. And that's the other thing. The topic is patience. I mean, when you think about the way a turtle moves and its habits, it's not a fast creature, it's very patient with the cycles of life. And so anyways, all of this sounds like right, like honoring the creative in me going back to dance, but knowing that the social aspect of the dance is really hard for me. But being compassionate about that inside myself, I feel, I feel this is a beautiful, beautiful message.
Yeah, that's nice.
Mm.
I want to welcome Wayne. Thanks for joining us, Wayne. I think for me, it's just what really just resonates from the whole thing is connection. And really just that staying connected to the real. And I think a lot of times for me, I give up that connection because I can so easily swoop in and out of other connections, other places but it's not really where I'm connected and grounded and centered, So I mean, to me, that's just what comes up. Just being able to listen to that and be aware of that.
That's beautiful. I'm making a cocktail, by the way.
Excellent.
Yes, that's what I'm over here doing as I listen to you.
Excellent. Excellent. I'm laughing because last week, Gil started teaching a class and I was TAing with another friend in California. It's a virtual class. And I texted her during the thing and I was like, oh, this class is making me want to drink. She's like, you're not? She's like, oh, you're not? It was so funny, because it was like, it reminded me of you and us and the whole thing. So,
yeah.
So, patience. Patience is our topic of the day. And I think patience is such an interesting thing because I do think I haven't really thought about it a lot, but it sometimes we think we're being patient, but I guess my question would be, are we really, or have we just learned to settle into waiting?
Wait, are we really being patient or have we settled into waiting? I need context. Like, let's put that in some sort of context.
Well, let's start with what does patience mean to you?
So I guess I'm thinking of the contrast of patience, which feels to me like rushing, whereas patience is a sort of allowing, beautiful butterfly in my garden. It's this allowing things to unfold without pushing to try to like make something happen. Yeah, I don't know. That's what's coming to me. And let me clarify about my cocktail right now, okay? Like it's based in water, fermented chlorella, and omega-3, just so y'all know, because it's morning. I don't want people like asking questions about me drinking in the morning. So that's the cocktail and the tea yummy. But that's kind of what I think about patience. What about you?
I think it's one of those words that appears very simple, that it's deceptively simple in some ways, and that it really that it points to a whole like inner posture and way of being rather than like a single behavior. I mean, I think like the word almost changes like from, because the first thing that comes up when I hear patient is it kind of it takes me back to being a kid, right? Because you had to be patient for everything, because it took forever for Christmas to get there. It took forever for your birthday. If you wanted to do something, even if it was like later that night, it seemed like it took forever to get, so like that's kind of where like my cellular first thought of patience comes from. But I mean, I really think it's, it has to do more with the capacity to stay present.
Like as you're saying that, I don't know why I'm having all these like memories pop up today, like the turtle dreams, all of it. But like, I remember, and this wasn't like a conscious experiment, but I don't know if people remember Cabbage Patch dolls, but when I was a kid, they were like a really big thing. Everybody wanted one. And like I had a couple. And I remember one time I was out shopping with my mom and we came across the Cabbage Patch doll aisle and I wouldn't move. And because I wanted one so bad. And she was like, you're going to get one. And it was specific. It's like, you're going to get one on your birthday. I don't remember what month it was, but I was like, my birthday's Halloween at the end of October. Like, I must have it now. I remember. And then I just threw this tantrum and I kind of just like laid out on the ground and my mom left me. And I was just thinking about the kind of patience of my mom, like to raise a child like me. Oh my God.
My God, the patience of all parents.
Yes, right.
I want to just acknowledge, hi Lionel. Lionel saying patience is resilience.
Yes, yeah. It is. It is. Even when you throw yourself on the ground because you're being impatient. Yeah.
Well, probably, especially then. I mean, it's interesting. So yeah, and the thing about, what did I say before? Patience, passive. Yeah. So when patience, I think sometimes it goes to the place of being passive about things, because I don't know. It seems like it takes some kind of commitment to stay patient. Like, and then, but it doesn't mean, I don't know. I don't have a context for it right now. It doesn't mean, it's not passive. Like, it's not about suppressing your feelings or pretending everything's okay. That kind of thing.
Yeah, I think like when I think about the concept of passive, For some reason, I don't like how it feels. Like when I say it and I conjure up like the concept, and I'm trying to connect to what is it about that I don't like? Like, why don't I like the way this word feels?
To me, it feels like somehow passive has become, it feels like I'm not doing anything.
Is that what it is?
I'm not invested.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, isn't necessarily true. I mean, like when people go out and protest or, take that passive approach on some level, it's not that they're not doing anything. I don't know.
Something about protesting doesn't sound very passive to me. Yeah, I don't know. It's also bringing up, I remember there was one class I was taking. Can't remember if I was taking a class with the Centers for Spiritual Living or if it was with Agape. I can't remember, but I was taking a class and we were exploring the topic of like surrender and what that means to sort of live a life surrendered, like to the presence, and I remember really struggling. I remember being like, I don't want to surrender, but it's that same feeling that I feel when I think about passive or passivity. It's almost like it's bringing up that same sort of feeling. I mean, like powerlessness, or because what I realized in that class was that what I was struggling with internally was this belief that I can control things outside of my world. And it brought me closer to examining my relationship with feelings of safety. And so I don't know. It's just interesting. It's just I'm just noticing that those same feelings are emerging when I sit with passive.
Yeah, and I think passiveness, it feels like it's on some level you've let go. You've stepped back from your power, your preference, your desire kind of thing in some way. You're kind of avoidant of something. You could be avoiding like conflict or discomfort or something, and you go to that place of like, it doesn't matter, it's okay. I don't know. That's I don't know. You're not connected you're unclear. You're not connected to what you want or what matters, kind of thing.
Yeah. And I think also sometimes I think about like, okay, so I'm noticing now what's moving in my awareness. So like when I hear passive, I think of the things that are often attached to it. So things like passive aggressive, right? Yeah, I don't know. The concept just doesn't sit well in my body.
Well, there's something about patience for me. There's something about patience that is this. It creates this space of possibility. It feels like it feels spacious. It feels grounded. Yes. It feels aware and awake, kind of thing. Whereas passiveness kind of feels. It kind of feels checked out. It feels kind of numb. It feels like. What came up before was you're kind of just a victim to circumstance when you're passive.
Yeah. I'm also just thinking about the political times we're living in and the role of patience versus passivity, right? Like, one of the things we've been talking about, like I'm thinking about in my sessions with my clients is like sort of using the framework of narcissistic, like malignant narcissism and narcissistic abuse to try to understand what we are living through collectively, right? Like in terms of looking at what's happening in our, like I still say U.S. my country, although Australia is also my country now, and
You're allowed to have two.
I know I am, and I was on the fence about whether or not I should even keep my American citizenship. But that's a different conversation. But I was just thinking about, so understanding what we're seeing, because I really think what we're seeing is like evidence, like spiritual and political evidence that systems are shifting and they're changing. And because now we all have to see, like we can't engage, we can't, like the blinders, like they're like knocked off. Any social identity that like sort of allowed us to not see like the fuller reality of the political and social systems in which we live, whether it's looking at capitalism, looking at sexism, racism, any of that, like those blinders are just being blown off of like everybody. And there is, this burst of energy from our systems, which when you look at it through the narcissistic abuse frame, this is what we would probably call an extinction burst. So when a narcissistic abuser is losing control over the person or the situation they've been trying to control, there tends to be this ratcheting up of tactics to try to get control back. But in that cycle, what is happening is that the pattern is coming to an end. And so in working with my clients, I've been using that framing so that we can remember that we need to stay well right now. And for that to, and earlier when I said, like, I think like news, at least mainstream news, it's all about like, you turn it on, it's like, okay, I don't know if it's about informed. It's like, okay, here's what you should be like really scared of today. But that I'm thinking that when we engage even what's happening in our country with patience, with an awareness that, this is a shift. We are looking at an extinction burst. It is not tenable. It's not sustainable. So there will be an other side of this. And when we are to the other side of this, we need to be on the other side of this and be well. And so patience is a really important part of that. Patience with ourselves, patience with our loved ones, patience with our communities. So I'm thinking about patience in that way right now.
Yeah. Well, and it's an interesting balance, right? Because with everything going on, it can feel challenging to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's always about going back to the source, right? And if we can stay connected to ourselves within the context of everything, yeah. And it's an interesting balance because there's so much going on. It's not like we're being asked to just look at one thing or one political idea, or there's so many things that bring up different emotions about, fear and injustice and inequality and all kinds of things. That I think that it throws us a little for a loop because we don't have, it's not like, we could do this or we could do that or we could do this, because nothing, not that it ever does, but nothing feels like it could really fix it all. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But and that's because that's the truth. No one thing can fix a multi-layered, multi-pronged issue.
And it's always the truth. no matter
Yeah.
what the thing looks like. But this time it seems like it feels and looks bigger to people just based on everything going on.
Yeah. I mean, I think and I think that the fact is it is bigger. I think this is, again, using that framework from understanding narcissistic abuse. This is like an extinction burst that we're seeing. And the whole thing about an extinction burst is that it's meant to make the person on the receiving end feel scattered, feel scared, feel unsteady or unsure. That is what an extinction burst is meant to do.
Right.
And we know that the person who is, I don't think you have to have a degree in psychology or clinical social work or counseling or be a psychiatrist to know that the person who is in the highest position of authority in the United States right now is a narcissist, a malignant one at that. And so I really think using this model of understanding narcissistic abuse, I think will help us grow in patience in terms of understanding what we're dealing with. And there will be another side of it. We will get to the other side of this. And that's where I think the patience and the wellness, like, they go hand in hand.
Yes. I agree with everything you've said. And I think so this is what I'm saying, and this is what I'm posing as a question or challenging for listeners or whatever, because I think especially in this time where all of that is going on, we don't want to interpret patience as something. It's not just a wait and hope things get better kind of thing. That's not patience.
Oh yeah, not at all.
It's not. Nobody's saying to ignore the suffering or ignore anything that's going on, and
we can't,
or to not be okay, right? Yeah, and so it comes back to us. So it becomes almost a spiritual discipline, a spiritual practice, an intentional way of staying present with ourselves without losing our center, staying present to what we know the spirit to be, or God, or the universe, whatever you call it. And how do we keep on track? Because there are times, obviously, where we can go, oh, forget it. Nothing I can do could make a difference right now.
Yeah.
Because things are horrific. And is that the truth? No, it's not the truth. And our job, first and foremost, really is to do exactly that, and exactly what you've said is really just to, anchor our presence.
Yeah. And for me, and what I've been working on and working with, like, my clients, like, I'm also doing the same thing, like anchoring my wellness, because without that, there's no patience. Without anchoring my wellness, I am chasing everything. This is how, where do I? No. I anchor my wellness. I put my oxygen mask on first. This is absolutely a requirement. I need to know what grounds me and keeps me grounded. And when I do engage in community, or I engage in whatever my part is in not being passive around what we're seeing happening politically, I am doing it from a well and grounded space. So I can't be sort of like, I know I'm so grounded, and going back to Turtle, so rooted in earth, that I'm not being, like, blown wherever the wind goes, right? I can get still and listen. I can get still and listen with the ear beyond the ear, right? And when I stay still, and I'm grounded, I can remember to see with the eyes beyond the physical eye. And I remember that God is good. And that something wonderful is happening. Even with all the suffering, I don't have to deny the suffering to know that there is another thing happening as well. I love I'm thinking about, when Jesus said, I'm in the world, not of it. I feel like that's this time, right? One foot stays in the realm of the not of it, right? I am grounded in the presence, and my other foot is in this world. I am here. I am here to live. I am here to be a beneficial presence on the planet, and I'm here to do as much as I'm here to be. So, yeah, I don't know. That just all came out. So I'm going to have a sip of this fermented chlorella fish oil cocktail.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Wayne. Everyone does belong. Thanks for sharing that.
That's for sure.
I think, so much, like when I think about, so how do we remain patient, or how do we keep that happening? And I think that, you've spoken to it, but I'm going to break it down even just a little bit more, because I think it like literally goes down to our breath, which you said, but it's really knowing that that's our first tool and our first go-to. And when we can narrow our focus to just be in that moment and take a breath, then that is patience. That is patience. And I also think that there's something, when you do that, it gives you that moment to stop and ask questions and really know, be able. I think this is part of the thing, is to be able to name what's going on for you on some level, and really see it. Like, when you're standing in line at the grocery store and you're getting frustrated because someone's trying to find the right change, and why are they paying with cash anymore? And, and you get all crazy, like, what is that? Where is it coming from? And if we could stop and just be with that and answer that question, name that overwhelm, and then you return to the body and take a breath and just acknowledge it and just allow it to be. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just information. It's information for your body, for your nervous system. And I think when we can be that real with ourselves, then we can let go of the stuff that doesn't matter and be able to stay in that place of holding on to possibility and doing the work that we need to do to,
Amen, sister. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'm not even drinking.
Yeah, and neither am I. I mean, I'm, like I said, I made my cocktail, but it's
you made a smart cocktail though. You got smarter.
Yeah, because I am dedicated to taking care of my nervous system, and this is a nervous system cocktail. So, yes.
So we're coming to a close, and yeah, it's an interesting topic. It's an interesting topic, because I think we're all being asked to have patience on some level and be active. So we're being asked, from both perspectives.
Yeah. I think if I were to leave this space today with any question that I would invite our audience to sit with is, what does it look like for you to remember that you were born to be a beneficial presence on the planet? What does it look like? what are the practices, or what Bell Hooks calls, what are the habits of being that ground that remembering and that knowing? Yeah, that's where my heart wants to leave it today.
Yeah, and I think I would just say, every day we have the opportunity to choose. And I think, the question sometimes is, what is mine to influence today?
Mm,
And then to remember it's not forever, it's just for now.
yeah.
It's not forever, it's just for now. And if we can continue to stay in that place, I think that it somehow informs us and allows us to be patient, to take that breath, and really remember that patience, especially in this day and time, it's not about tolerating the world. It's about not abandoning ourselves,
Yeah.
and our beliefs and everything that we know is right, and being the love in the face of what doesn't look like love.
Look, I feel like this is that,
Sorry.
that's a being in the world, but not of it, like walking that, like really walking that, really living it. We're in the world, and we need to remember, right? Like we are source. We are how source is experiencing itself as us, and how do we show up with that grounding of being in the world and remembering, right, our core, our true home. And how do we live that? Yeah.
Fine questions.
Mm.
Fine questions. So let's just take that into prayer as we leave this show, and let's just know truly that whatever it is, God's got it. God's got it. Spirit's on the job. Love is the answer. Love conquers all. So we start with ourselves, and we love ourselves. And as we love ourselves, we're able to love our neighbors and our neighborhoods and beyond. And so we just bless everything going on in the world, sending out lots of love to Minnesota, to Alex and Renee's family and friends, and to the numerous others who have had countless connections with discomfort and ease and ice in the world. We just know that truly something bigger is happening, and that we were made for these times. So we stand united in love, in patience, in possibility. And as we do, we persevere. So I'm just blessing it all, knowing that it is done. And so it is.
And so it is. Ashe. Mm-hmm.
Amen. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. We will see you all next week. Thank you, Wayne, for being here and chatting with us. And y'all come back now. You hear? All right. Peace out, and much love to our producer, Michael Mangus, knowing that he stays warm and toasty and safe. And we'll see you all next week.
All right. Bye.